Welcome to Over 50 and Figuring It Out. I am getting this video done late in the night. And I don't know whatever time you'll be watching it, but for me it's late. And it's because I've been studying all day. Well, reading most of my chapters for school. Um, and that's what I'm talking about. Being a student at 50. You learn that you need new study habits, or that you just need to be a little bit stricter with your schedule. Like time management is your best friend. Even if you're not a student, time management is everything. Like my favorite saying is, "Time is more valuable than money, and I don't waste either." And seeing navigating, like knowing what's ahead of you, and then putting that, quote unquote, like time blocking or whatever. But then it's not just putting it on your calendar and blocking out the time, it is actually sticking to that schedule and those time blocks. So let's, like, for me, I have a bad habit of blocking out my time, getting started on a project in that time. And if I'm in the zone, I will just keep going in the zone instead of cutting it off and then moving to the next task that needs to be completed for that day. So that kind of bumps my schedule back and back and back. So I have to stick to those time blocks when I set them. And as a student, now, like, that's part of why this day I've been like studying, because life happens. I'm not saying that you can't, you got to be so rigid you don't maneuver and be flexible, but excuse me, if you give yourself a boundary and or a set schedule, life, when it does come up, you will, excuse me, you will have that flexibility to be able to navigate, not altering your schedule, not deviating from the plan. The goal doesn't change, the plan does, but you have to stick to what you set for yourself when life doesn't come up. So you can't say, "Oh, well, I put some wiggle room in, so I'm gonna sit back and play games on my phone or watch a movie. I'll get to it. I got time because I'm ahead of schedule or whatever." If you stick to those parameters, that extra time then becomes freedom on the other side of your assignments, on the other side of your reading time or work or whatever you're doing that you set those boundaries for. So not like, but beyond being a stationary junkie, time management and productivity is like my jam because I love details. My nickname is Miss Details. I love details. I love getting in a thing and just figuring out all the moving pieces and what it looks like to bring something together. And when I manage my time effectively, then that way I'm able to do so. And this has taught me that even when you think you know the material and you think you have enough time, if you have not done all the preparation for the project or assignment, you may find that even the extra time you gave yourself is not enough. That is this week's lesson for me. Is that even when you think you have the wiggle room, you are on top of your schedule, and but you did not review what was required. You just kind of looked at the list and was like, "Oh, a discussion and a project. Okay, we've been doing discussion and projects." But you don't open it up and really see what's required of you to get done, then you might realize that you're going to be under pressure for the rest of the week because you didn't do your due diligence. And I am guilty this week of not doing my due diligence. So, I am not going to belabor this video because I got to get back to these assignments because they are due soon, like very soon. And I'm not kicking myself, but I got the lesson. I got that lesson and I'm going to get my lessons done. I got that lesson not to assume because we know what that does. And do explore, map out all of the steps. Map out all of the steps because your time management skills are not as impactful as you think they are if you don't check out all the steps. So don't limit yourself by not doing your due diligence. Stick to the plan and never change the goal. The goal is to succeed at it, have a particular outcome. How you navigate to get there might be a little wonky because you becoming somebody you never met before. So don't beat yourself up. Give yourself grace, but get back on track and focus and make time management your priority. And the way you do that is not just looking at the clock and putting something on your calendar for the week, but to make sure that you explore the entire project that is necessary for you to be successful. And that is my lesson for myself for this week. If it was good for you, then you are welcome. I've learned it for the both of us. Take it with you. If you've heard anything, as I say, that you value, that resonates with you, or you think it might resonate with somebody else, please like, subscribe, and share with a friend. And as always, until next time, love well.